Peace, family. We are here in Accra, Ghana. I finally made it here after a few attempts. However, I wanted to walk around the community just so that you can see what it looked like here in Accra. And maybe I'll talk a little bit about what I experienced, being here as we walk. So initially, I'm just looking at similarities in Africa. So you see the building, people are building. If you can see down here, you see a big building construction right behind this building here. Maybe you can stand right here and they can see it better if you stand right here. You see the one right there, the big one? So you see that, a lot of that. The roads, of course. A lot of where the houses are, the roads aren't developed, so we're coming up on a construction project. This is a one-level home. It's really nice on the inside. You can see through the gate, but that's a nice one-level home. Look at the artwork that they have on the wall over here. I'm actually staying here in this house, this whole compound. It's very nice on the inside. But I'm just walking by this wall, and I saw that artwork there, man, and that's just beautiful. It's inspiring me. It's giving me some ideas of what I can do in my wall once I return at my compound. That's awesome. I seen some that was even more tighter than that one right there. But to the right of us, let me see, is a huge two-level home. It's a huge home. And we are in Tema. So this Demeanor, that's where we actually are. Well, let's go ahead and just walk and just take a look on the inside. But it has huge rooms. I wouldn't know. My estimation by what someone told me, I would say between 130, 180 to build something like this. So they have a huge area here. I'm not even gonna go inside there. I don't wanna go in, but we'll just look on the outside because I wanna continue to walk around the community. So you can look on the inside there. All right, you see something? You know what? I'm gonna go in. Why not? Because you'll never know, right? If you wanna come and you wanna get something built, there you go. Wow. Dining room, living room. The living room, dining room, maybe kitchen. All right, I'm moving a little fast. Wow. It's a huge house. Huge. Bathroom back here. Through here. Let's see. And they have a bunch of rooms back here. So this is as far as I'm gonna go. I mean, I've seen, oh, that's nice. Inside the house in the room, maybe they're breaking that down. Man. And then this little terrace right here. That's ill. Your vision could be a reality here in West Africa. Yeah, maybe we can find the guy that's working on this and we can speak to him and he can give us an idea how much it costs to build something like this. Okay, and then we have another construction on the side over there. gonna get a quick workout and walk around the community. When you come here, it's different from Gambia. I lived in Gambia 3 years. It's an Islamic community. So what you see a lot of the sisters, you know, their heads are covered. So that you see a lot of color in Gambia. A lot of African dresses that being worn, you know, by 40% of the women, even 50. And on Friday, everyone wears their African dress. So, you know, you see that in Gambia. You see more in Gambia as far as African culture. Here, it's more like the West. You have African people, but they wear, like the tri-states, we wear a lot of grays and a lot of blues, like that industrial clothing. You know, so you see a lot of grays, you see a lot of blues, and, you know, blue collar type, working type environment. I think this is our truck right here. See him coming up the street. That's our guy, right?
No, I think so, yeah. Oh yeah, that's it.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah.
We're just gonna walk down and come back.
Yeah, go through or you wanna walk?
You can go there. We'll meet you. All right, we'll check out. Thank you.
If you come, I want you to do something for me on my phone.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. Yeah. So in Gambia, you're gonna see more of the African culture. You're gonna see more of that visually, because, you know, as I've said, it's an Islamic community, and even in our tradition, African culture, the women always wore something on their head or covered their head to a degree. So you'll see that there. Versus here, you'll see perms, you'll see braids, you see low haircuts. So here, a huge piece of land here, with a house in the background being built over there. That's a huge, that looks like a 3-level house. We have a smaller home right here being built. Right there. Smaller home. And here's some properties. There's 1 levels that are being built. Little small home. But you can see the road. You still have little sheep and goat. Those are goats, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So the road, you see there's a building back there being built. Yes, and I got my mask, Kwesi Boyd bracelet that I got made. However, you have that 2-story building being built. So you see a lot of this in Gambia. You got banana trees, a lot of construction. The roadway is not too far. Let's see. There's another huge house over here that's being built. I was down by the beach. There's one down there. So you see this all over Africa. People, you know, Ghanaian brothers and sisters. You know, you have brothers and sisters from Nigeria. You know, people are building. There's another one back there. They said all the land in Accra is sold, right? They're up there building. You see another construction project down the street. This is a huge compound here. They actually have the next one down here for rent. They have a little market area up the street, right? I definitely don't want you to get the back, you know, but we'll cut it. But there's a market up the street from here. So I think we're gonna walk to the market right quick. One thing you'll see here, they don't have barbed wire, they got the electrical. They got the electrical fences. Right there, you know. So that's gonna, you know, shock you if you try to get up there, trying to get in there, get some TV, flat screen, microwave, laptop. So they got the electric going. This right here, this is for rent. I'm gonna walk by somebody if you're interested to get the number. This right here could be like a bed and breakfast. This spot for people coming over. One thing we need to do is we need to pool our resources. It almost get so. We need to pool our resources. However, individuals can get this and put it on Airbnb. Here's another housing project. So you can see it's just people are building in this area. This is about 45 minutes from Accra. 45 minutes. With the traffic, it'll probably be an hour and a half. This is a nice design. They can get it done for you. It's a lot over here. A little empty lot. You're gonna see a lot of churches here. So if it's like the US, it's a church pretty much on every corner, every block. And so you'll see that. They do have Muslim and communities, but so we see a lot of building, foundation being laid here. This building is almost halfway constructed, or almost fully constructed. You know, there's another one right here. That's what drew me to Africa. I was like, I never seen. And if you notice, look at the workers, look at the laborers, look at the contractors. You know, look at the everybody that's building these houses are all black. When I was growing up seeing things like that, it wasn't all black people. It was mostly Italian people. Then you started seeing other foreign nationals coming in doing construction or building, you know, or white. Okay, so this is where you're gonna get your internet.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Almost, yep.
Okay. The junction is up here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go back, right? Let's go back. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and walk just around the block. Just so you get an idea. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see what Africa is about. So another big difference is in Gambia. See, Ghana's a little bit closer to the U.S. as far as the people are concerned. And it's a good way for us to come back and get acclimated because, you know, they speak English. Sometimes I find it hard and difficult to understand certain things that they're saying, you know. However, in Gambia, I understand a lot better. But like I said, you can't communicate, you can't get around. There's a heavy repack community here too, you know, that can assist you. So here's a property here, multi-unit property, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 units. Here's a construction project they have going on here. But expect to get more here for less. All right? Expect to get more here for less. I was in down by the ancestral wall, which is 90 images, 90 paintings of African American heroes. And I was speaking with the owner there, and he was telling me that the house along the beach, I'm trying to find a house that's similar size. I'll probably see one. It was about $100,000, and you're talking about 5 minutes to the beach. But that is another 25 minutes from here. So no traffic, about an hour from Accra. You know, with traffic, you know, hour 45 minutes. Yeah, so the major difference is in the clothing, the appearance of the people. And as I said, they look, you know, the people here, you see less traditional African clothing here. Like even in Gambia, you know, you see more traditional African clothing and African dress. The people in Gambia are more, they're more approachable, they're more friendly. They call it the smiling coast, you know, so here it's not that they're not friendly. You know, you have to speak, you know, if you speak with them, they'll always give you a greeting. However, it's like, you know how you working and you had to get up 5:30 in the morning. You had to press through traffic for an hour, get to work 8 hours with people in a place where you don't want to be. And then, you know, so then you have to go home, press through traffic for an hour, and then the next day get up and do it all over again. So you got that type of energy. You know what I mean? Well, in Gambia, there's not a lot of jobs. It's laid back. People are more carefree. You know, so it's more like a retirement area where you go laid back. Here, it's definitely industrial movement. You know, you have people moving about, connecting the dots, lack of technology. Here's another house here. What you say, this way?
We could use that way.
Oh, we can come through
Yeah.
there? We're gonna look at this house right here. I just figured I'd come out and just walk around the community. Now, we gonna stay focused on ourselves and what we need to do for ourselves. I mean, a lot of times people just overly focus on other people, what other people doing, you know. However, here's another, this is a 4-unit one right here. 2 bedrooms for rent. Okay. So we're actually looking. So the biggest difference is in the clothing, the overall demeanor of the people. You know, you have more of a rat race or it's a faster pace here. And they got it's some things going on here as far as, you know, people do have guns here. You know, someone was shot in the area. I heard of it, but it's not nowhere on the level of the U.S. You know, there's 6 million people in Accra. Here's another building here. You know, we were riding around with one of our guides. I got a video. I might post it. And, you know, he was just schooling us to what's going on. It's always good to know the natives. Anywhere you go, you have to integrate with the natives. Just don't come and isolate yourself. It's just you. You know, you might have your wife or your children or something like that. Adopt a family. Have a sincere desire to, you know, connect with the people and learn the culture. So this is here in Demeanor, something like that. But I'll put the location in the description. All right, so I talked about, and I think I'm just gonna go back. This is a nice compound they got it hooked up. And I'm just gonna go ahead and walk back so we can continue our journey. So I think it would be more, don't get me wrong, it's not that Gambia probably would be a safer place because there's less people, there's less Western influence, you know. yeah, so I've heard just a few things going on around and things like that. But like, don't let that be a deterrent, because I've been in America. I lived in America. I dropped out of the 7th grade. So from there, I pretty much seen the worst that America have to offer in the streets, in the inner city streets. And I've seen the toll and the tragedy that plays itself out in everyday life. So, being here, half of the stress of that society is automatically taken off you. If you were gonna move to the Gambia, at least have a foundation in Islam or understand something about Islam. If not, Ghana will probably be a better place for you. Because you can't have a huge cultural gap, and I've seen that, and trust me, I've seen more than enough, more than anybody that is there or that'll come there will probably see, because I've networked and talked to many people over the last 18 months and dealt directly with people. And as I said, I think it's the disconnect between, a true Pan-Africanist desire and lack of cultural understanding and religious understanding that will allow these agents and these other forces to come into Gambia. It's a lot of weird stuff going on in the whole movement. You can't even isolate it, but there's overwhelming amount of negative against our forward progress. And anytime we begin to make strides and move forward, there's always some nonsense that stops our collective movement. As an individual, if you're enterprising or you have resources, you come and you live well, learn a little bit about yourself and on the African continent if you so desire, or if you want to come visit, but one thing we don't want to do, we don't want to bring our sickness over into Africa, and that has been done. I remember I was going through a situation and somebody was telling me, hey, I apologize. My sister was the first one. Then I had many people come and apologize for the behavior of others. You know what I mean? So I apologize for the behavior of others. And unfortunately, you guilty by association. If we're guilty by association, then us as a community, we are doing horrible. We are doing horrible. It's fine to come to Africa, but brother was saying, a Ghanaian. Yeah, in these countries, you have to expect that if you're coming into someone else's territory and you don't have a plan to incorporate them for there to be a sentiment that will develop, okay? Just to keep it simple. But if you come and you integrate, you know how to move, you'll be successful. 80% of the people come here not going to be successful. There's no jobs over here. You come and look for a job or make money, it's just going to leave. Without a collective movement, we're going to have a huge failure rate without social programs created. There's no city, town, government, no place on the earth operate as an organized body and don't have organizations or institutions within their framework. So there are some fractured organizations that's here on the ground, you know, and like I said, you know, they're making moves. But could we do better? Hell yeah, we can do better. We can do way better. The nonsense that stops us from moving forward, you know, that's crazy because it takes more energy to build something than it does to destroy it. And we always been and always have been leading on that energy of destroy. All right, so we're coming back around towards our compound. When I hear, it's like Ghana reminds me in some areas of like Southern Christians. So if you're in the South or you're a Christian, you know, you definitely want to come here as opposed to Gambia. Because like I said, everybody here, they got that, you know, that Jesus, that Christian, that Christ energy. I remember studying, man, because I studied religions, man, you know, and, you know, just learning about Christ, Jesus. And one of my brothers, he was like, yo, you know, Jesus was he was a militant. He was like, Jesus wasn't no punk. You know, they always give you the image of Jesus being like, love thy neighbor, you know, turn the other cheek. He was like, you know, Jesus was a militant. And that was the first time that I really, you know, was drawn towards understanding. And then at that time, you know, I went through many years of studying, you know, Christianity. I have some friends, Uncle Sam, look him up, from Detroit. He's a great friend of mine. He's a pastor in Atlanta. He had a song in the 80s. I Never Want to See You Again. Uncle Sam, that's my boy. We worked together, screen printing. I had another brother out of Connecticut. We always just go with it, go head to head on the Christianity, but it's all a learning experience. Life is learning. So until next video, you know, like, share, subscribe, check out some of my videos, see what I'm doing, you know, connect with me, and let's see if we can make it a better future for our children. Peace.